The path of fitness is often misunderstood. Many approach it as a project with a finish line, a number on the scale, a body shape, a deadline. But the body does not operate in fixed timelines. It flows and changes like the seasons. To approach fitness as a journey means to shift your attention from where you're going to how you're moving. Progress is not only measured in physical change, but also in the transformation of your discipline, focus, and awareness. Imagine walking along a mountain trail. The peak may inspire you, but it is the step-by-step climb that strengthens you. If your eyes remain only on the summit, you may miss the quiet lessons of the forest, the strength gained from each uneven step, the breath that sustains you. In the same way, fitness is built in the repetitions, in the struggle of the moment, in the decision to show up even when no result is immediately visible. When you treat fitness as a destination, your mind becomes impatient. You begin to compare, to rush, to measure yourself against timelines and expectations. Frustration grows when you don't reach the imagined result quickly. But if you shift your perspective, you realize that the deeper reward is found in the commitment itself. You are not chasing perfection. You are embodying presence. The journey becomes the teacher. Each training session, no matter how small or imperfect, is a step on this ongoing road. Some steps feel powerful, others feel heavy, but every one counts. The body responds to consistency, not to perfection. And even when you cannot see the results, something is always changing. Your endurance, your breath, your will. This is how the journey shapes you quietly and faithfully. So to stay motivated, let go of the illusion of arrival. You are not here to complete fitness. You are here to live it. With every drop of sweat, every rep, every mindful movement, you are practicing a way of being. The journey is the practice. The practice is the path. And the path is where you discover who you truly are. Emotion is like the weather, changing, unpredictable, often beyond your control. One day it is sunny and motivation comes easily. The next it is cloudy, heavy with doubt, and every step feels difficult. If your fitness journey depends on how you feel each day, you will move inconsistently, guided not by purpose but by mood. This is where discipline must rise, not to suppress emotion, but to move beyond its instability. Discipline is not forceful. It is steady. It does not shout or demand. It quietly repeats itself like breath, like footsteps on a path well worn. Discipline shows up whether you feel like it or not. It reminds you that your commitment is more powerful than your mood. While emotion is fleeting, discipline builds something that lasts. Structure, integrity, resilience. Many people wait for motivation before taking action. But in the moments when it does not come, and it often does not, what then? Discipline answers this question. It is the ability to act according to what you have decided, regardless of what your emotions say in the moment. It allows you to be consistent, and from consistency, results are born. You do not need to feel powerful to become powerful. You need only to act again and again. To cultivate discipline, you must train it like a muscle. Begin with small commitments. 10 minutes of movement, a simple stretch, one breath of mindfulness before you begin. Do it not because you feel inspired, but because you said you would. Each time you follow through, you strengthen the link between your intention and your action. And slowly, this becomes who you are, not someone who needs to feel ready, but someone who simply honors the path. There is a deep peace in living with discipline. It frees you from being a prisoner of emotion. It gives you clarity on hard days and humility on easy ones. It allows you to continue walking, even when the winds of doubt blow strong. When discipline leads, motivation follows, not the other way around. The journey of fitness begins in the body, but it does not stay there. As the muscles are challenged, the breath becomes heavy and the heart beats faster. Something deeper begins to stir. The awareness of your own mind. How do you respond to discomfort? What thoughts arise when something becomes difficult? Do you flee from the challenge, or do you meet it with presence? These questions do not appear on a stopwatch or a scale. They live within, and they are answered only in the silence of observation. Internal awareness means watching yourself without judgment. When your mind says, "I can't," can you notice that voice instead of obeying it? When boredom creeps in, can you feel it without reacting to it? Fitness is not just a test of physical endurance. It is a mirror that reflects your patterns, your impulses, your habits. To train with awareness is to see clearly what arises within you, and to train not only the body, but the one who is watching. Most people focus outward on form, technique, numbers, comparisons. But real transformation begins inward. If you do not know what drives you, what distracts you, what discourages you, then you remain a stranger to yourself. Internal awareness allows you to align effort with purpose. It teaches you to recognize when you are acting from ego, from fear, from impatience, and in recognizing these things, you become free from them. There is no need to fix or control every thought. The goal is not to silence the mind, but to see it clearly. When you notice your resistance without acting on it, it begins to lose its power. When you observe your emotions without letting them lead, a gap forms between stimulus and response. In that space, awareness lives, and in awareness, choice becomes possible. Choice to continue, to adjust, to grow with wisdom rather than impulse. Just as you train muscles with repetition, you train awareness with attention. Every time you pause to notice your breath, your posture, your thoughts during training, you are sharpening the inner blade. You become more than someone who exercises. You become someone who understands. And in this understanding, the journey becomes richer, deeper, and far more lasting than anything measured by progress alone. There will be days when you miss your training. There will be weeks when your energy fades, your routine is broken, or life pulls you away from your path. This is not failure. It is part of the journey. The wind does not always blow in your favor, but when it does not, you do not abandon the journey. You simply pause and then return, and how you return matters more than how far you strayed. Many fall into the habit of harshness. When they miss a session or break a promise to themselves, they respond with guilt or self-criticism. This does not build strength, it weakens the spirit. The mind becomes weighed down by shame, and training becomes a punishment instead of a practice. But the body does not need punishment. It needs care. The path does not need judgment. It needs your return. To return without judgment is to recognize your own humanity. Discipline is not rigidity. It allows for adaptation, rest, and renewal. You are not a machine. You are a living, changing being. Forgiveness is not an excuse. It is an act of wisdom. It clears the mind of unnecessary burden so that your energy can move forward, not stay trapped in regret. The goal is not perfection. It is consistency built on compassion. Every time you return after stepping away, you prove something to yourself, that your commitment is deeper than a single missed day. You show yourself that you are not defined by lapses, but by the courage to begin again. This is the root of lasting progress, not never falling, but always standing back up. To come back to the path with calmness and humility is not weakness. It is mastery of the self. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment to return. You do not need to feel inspired or fully ready. Just begin again, even in a small way. Stretch, breathe, move gently. Every return is a statement, I am still here. And when you return without judgment, you return lighter, clearer, and more connected to the true purpose behind your practice. There are times in your fitness journey when the road will grow unclear. Progress slows, obstacles arise, and the initial excitement that once carried you fades into silence. In such moments, effort alone may not be enough to guide you forward. You must remember why you began. Purpose is the compass that points you back to your path when your vision becomes clouded and your direction seems lost. Purpose is not the same as motivation. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls, influenced by mood, weather, results. But purpose is deeper. It is not loud or dramatic. It sits quietly beneath the surface, like still water under waves. It does not need to be seen by others. It only needs to be known by you. When you know your purpose, you can endure hardship without losing yourself in it. You can stay committed even when the outer rewards are slow to appear. To find your purpose, you must ask yourself questions that go beyond the physical. Why do I seek strength? What do I wish to overcome? Not just in the body, but in the mind. What kind of person am I becoming through this practice? These are not questions with quick answers. They must be asked again and again with honesty, especially when you feel like quitting. And in those answers, however small or evolving they may be, you will find your way forward. Purpose transforms repetition into ritual. It makes the ordinary meaningful. When you train not only for appearance, but for self-respect, for healing, for clarity of mind, your actions take on depth. The smallest movement, one breath held with intention, one step taken with awareness, becomes part of something greater. And when others may stop because their outer goals are no longer enough, you continue because your reason lies within. In this way, purpose is not only the beginning of your journey, it is what sustains it. It anchors you when life becomes unstable. It guides you when you are unsure. And even when your pace slows or your body feels tired, purpose remains unchanged. It does not ask you to be perfect. It simply asks you to remember and then to continue with presence.